I wanted to show you how to view test results so that you can see which ones you missed and submit corrections, because you'll get half credit back for that. So I've created a student account for myself just to see how it looks to you all. And I went into test 1. I actually took the test, picked some random answers, left some questions unanswered so that I would have some that are wrong. Now, one option is once you take the test, you can, as soon as you take it, you should get this page that gives you the option to view the results, and in the lower corner, you may not be able to see it completely in this video, but in the lower right corner there's generally an OK button that you can click, which will take you to the results and show you your score and so forth. So as soon as you've taken the test, if you have time, you can look at the results. You can see this one indicates that I got everything correct. I got 10 out of 10 points. That's how I know it's right. Plus I have the green check box here. This is one that I missed, and I got 0 out of 10 points. I have the red X. If I hover over it, it says incorrect. In this case, it actually shows you the correct answers. I'll have to change that a little bit since you guys are submitting corrections, and the idea is that you figure out the correct answer. But the bottom line is, this is one way you can navigate to the test results to figure out what you've missed so that you can then submit your corrections. Now, if you don't have time after you take the test, you don't have time to look at the results and write down or copy the ones that you got wrong so that you can do the corrections, we'll look at another way, say when you're at home, that you can see the same results. Now, you should be able to come into the Tools menu and go to My Grades, and you can see your attempt here. And I have it set up so that you can view the results, but unfortunately you're still just getting the summary here. So I've got to go back and kind of figure out why this is not a clickable link. Well, actually here, the actual score is clickable. Okay, so that was the trick that I was missing. I was thinking that you could actually click on the date for each attempt, but you have to click on the grade. So once you've taken a test, if it's a couple days later, you can go into Tools, go to My Grades, click here on the attempt of the actual test name and the date for the attempt. So if you have multiple attempts, you would have multiple links to click on. Then come in here, and it's really sort of hard to tell that the grade itself is clickable, but click on the grade. Now it's going to say review test submission of test 1 that you took on whatever date. And notice here, and I've changed it so it doesn't actually tell you the correct answer, so now you have to figure that out. It tells you what you selected as the answer, so I selected B here, and it tells me that is wrong. So now I can kind of narrow down that obviously it's one of the other questions. And then for ones I did not answer, it marks them wrong and tells me I didn't bother to answer them. So that is how you can get to see what actually you missed on a test. Now, I believe you can also go to the My Course Sites page, go to My Grades here, click on the name, it brings you to the same page, you can click on the grade. So there are a couple of different ways that you can get to that, depending on whether you just want to go straight to it once you log in and you're on the course sites page, you can get there, or you can actually go into the course itself and get to the same view. So with that in mind, that shows you how to view test results so that you can submit corrections. So now I'm going to go into the content and see if I can view the drop box for submitting corrections to this test. So now I've done my test corrections, I've got them in a Word document, or I've got a link to a Google Doc or something whereby I want to share my test results. You can do something in Word or Notepad and upload it. You could do something in Google Docs. I'm not great with the Google suite of tools like Docs and Slides. So I don't know if you can download that as a document and then attach it to the Dropbox, or if you just need to put a link into the Dropbox for me to access it. You guys probably know more about how Google Docs work than I do. But I come into my content, so I clicked on my content link, and I'm going to scroll down, and I'm looking for corrections for test 1. So this symbol indicates that it is a Dropbox. So I'm going to click on the link, and you can just ignore the due date. I'm going to take them up until the 12th. In any event, if you wanted to here, I guess you could drop in the link for a Google Doc in these comments. I guess you could click text submission. This is probably the better place if you're going to put a link to a Google Doc, is to put it here under the text submission. Or you can attach files by browsing your computer, and you'll get the typical pop-up where you can navigate to wherever the file is that has your corrections in it. And then once you have that done, submit it. Now if you want to come back and edit it before you submit it to me, you could do save as draft, but I won't see it if you do save as draft. The only way I will see it is if you click submit. So I set the Dropboxes up to allow you to submit multiple times. So say you did half of the corrections, you wanted to go ahead and submit them, and you wanted to come back 2 days later and submit the other half, you should be able to come right back here and submit a second file or a second link. So I allow you to do multiple submissions to a Dropbox. So that should help you get corrections done. It helps you find out how to see what you've missed and how to upload the corrections through a Dropbox. You can email them to me, but it'll actually be a little quicker for me if you do it through the Dropbox. And I won't accidentally miss an email with corrections. If you do it through the Dropbox, I get notified it's there, and I click and drill down to it, and I know that you've submitted corrections. So if you have any questions on this, please let me know.